during the people dip. My mom is in the bathroom.
Love her. Love her.
I'm telling you. Oh my God.
And always rely on Noah, to be honest.
That's the thing, really. Hey? So during the people just like that.
A natural human response, Minzo. So shall we start? The good thing is that tomorrow is a public holiday, so we actually scheduled this well. So
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Okay, so guys, officially, wealthy investors, welcome to today's webinar. Today is all about deal number 5. So if you've just joined us and you're wondering why you've been receiving the emails, which I'd be very, very worried about you if that's the case, and you don't know how you ended up here, then this is the Property Magician Stokvel, and you are a member of the Property Magician Stokvel, right? And we have done 4 deals so far in the Stokvel. The last deal, I believe, was in March, right, Mizo?
Yes, indeed, it was. It was.
Yes. So and that was deal number 4. As we've said in previous classes and webinars, we have been looking at deal number 5, and Mizo will go more in depth on what we've decided on deal number 5. But if you've just joined, my name is Vangile Makwakwa, and with me is my co-founder. We are both the founders of the Stokvel, and she is Dr. Miranda. And in the last few months, in the last 3 months, we have really been working to find a deal for you guys, right? And I know because people were looking for a deal for 6 months. That's what we had originally promised, because that was the deal that had been brought to our table, actually a deal for 3 months. And then when we did the due diligence, we realized that the probability of getting the money back was really, really low. And that was really scary for us, right? Because it's everyone's hard-earned money. So then Mizo went through a bunch of other deals that she's been sharing in different classes, and nothing was coming up. So we have come to the decision of what deal number 5 will be, that even though we wanted a short-term deal for you guys, deal number 5 is going to be another long-term deal for 12 months. We truly believe it's much better to do a stable 12-month deal where we can guarantee that you guys will get your money back than to do a shorter-term deal where, yes, the returns look good and it looks like you'll get your money in 6 months, but we can't guarantee that, not in good faith. So that's been one of the biggest challenges that we've been talking about behind the scenes, that we really wanted a shorter term deal, but if the risk isn't looking good, and Leroy explained last week that it's more risky to invest in shorter term deals because you have to guarantee that you can get the money in 6 months. And in the South African market, he did explain about 2 weeks ago, I think was it last week's webinar, that the risk then becomes higher, So all of you guys that have done finance know that the shorter the deal, the shorter the term of the deal, the higher the risk. So we've opted to rather make sure that we get into something stable, even if we get into a longer term deal. And Mizo is going to explain everything now, and I'm sure you guys will agree that that's better financial judgment than doing something risky that looks attractive, but that we can't, in good faith, guarantee that your money will come back.
All righty. Let's see if there are any questions, comments before I begin. It's going to be one quick webinar, we hope. Has anyone got any questions, any clarifications? Put it on the chat box, and please, you can share the link with other people that are not part of the Property Magician Stokvel, because our Stokvel is a growth point and we are still welcoming new members. Thank you for coming this evening. I am gonna share something with you. Please continue to put some comments or questions on the chat.
Yes.
Penny and
I'm
Zen.
actually trying to find Penny.
Sorry, dear.
I'm trying to find Penny in participants, but go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. I'm so sorry. It's very good with being on. So, okay. So good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself quickly. I am Dr. Miranda Prop Mom. I am a property mentor, co-founder of Property Magician Stokvel, and the co-host of Property Magicians podcast. I hope you are all listening to the podcast because we are dropping some learning bombs over there. And some of our webinars here, they go on to the Property Magicians. And please continue to give us a liking on iTunes if you listen to your podcast on iTunes. So tonight is all about Deal 5, as Ben has intimated. And we are hoping to close this deal by the 30th of June and continue fundraising along for the following month as well. So I'm going to give you a background about Deal 5 falling through and new Deal 5. All right. So if you've got any questions, please wait until I get to the end of my slides. Leave all questions on the chat and we shall get that. We'll get to them at the end of the presentation. So you have met Vangile now behind the scenes. She's the chairperson of the Stokvel. And this is me. I have just introduced myself. This is Penny. She is the admin for Property Magicians. Everything that happens behind the scenes, including getting all of you here, is because Penny does the things behind the scenes. Okay, so let's talk about what's going to happen in the presentation. I'm going to tell you a little bit. I'm going to give you an update about Deal 2 that happened in January, or it happened in, when did it happen then? It happened end of February. It is due for a payout in August 2022. Yay. It was a short-term deal. It was a 6-month deal of a developer that was looking for equity. He needed to raise 2 million rands because the banking institution that was giving him money was giving him 20 million for his development, but he needed to have his own 2 million to put in the deal. We call it equity. Penny is here. Welcome, Penny. So that deal 2, is due for payout in August, and we will let you know of the exact date. And the deal 2 developer has been on our webinar as well. So those who invested in December and January, their money is in deal 2. So we're going to talk about deal 5, and then we're going to answer any of your questions. Let's go on to deal 5. Please get used to this, that every webinar of ours on the Property Magician Stokvel is going to be reminding you about the mission of the Stokvel. We have a vision of owning a portfolio of 250 million in the next 5 years. It used to be funny when we said it when we started, but we set it very high. At the time, we thought it was high. We've been challenged by 2 people, no, 3 gentlemen actually, 3 gentlemen that we actually are aiming for too low. We should raise it to 1 billion in the next 5 years. We are still there, and we want to take you along with us. I'm hoping to inspire you with something at the end. So let's talk about why deal 5 fell through, the old deal 5. So I had found a flipper who was interested in our money, and we were going to give him about 220,000, but she's had so many delays with the seller. The seller is sitting somewhere in India. The offer to purchase was signed on the one side, and then there were other pages that had not been initialed. It was becoming very difficult. And our biggest concern is having money that sits in the bank and that doesn't work. Remember why you joined the Stokvel. You are not here to become a savings account. We do not want to be a savings bank. This is not where you save. If you want to save, you can save with the bank and get your 1.3%. I don't know how much it is, the interest there. In the Stokvel, the mission of the Stokvel is to grow your money. You bring it here to grow, and your money has been sitting for over 12 weeks. We were getting very worried about it. This is not where you save. Try the 4 banks or any other place under your mattress to save. So deal 5 flipper, I have put her back because the deal was so viable and the interest rate was really good. We were going to get some 17.5%, and she needed the money to buy a unit for cash and then to flip it and to give us back money in 6 months when she has refinanced that building. So I'm using all sorts of terms. Let's re-explain. So she was going to buy a dilapidated unit, a 2-bedroomed unit that she had found, and she was going to do a refurbishment. When she is done with the refurbishment, she was gonna go to the bank and refinance. That means at the time she was going to pay 220,000 for the unit, get back, and then when she refinances, by the time she refurbishes, the unit would be something like worth about 370,000, and then she was going to refinance at the bank and ask for 370,000, and that's how we were going to get our money back, and she was going to continue with in her business. So what have we done with deal 5? We have put it back and told the investor that they can come back when they are ready. It is wasting everybody's time and your money is sitting in the bank. Very lucrative business. You can do that, and it's called the BEAR strategy. You buy, you refurbish, you refinance, you repeat and buy the next unit, and you do it. It's another strategy. You know how I am about these strategies, right? We don't get into property. We choose a strategy. That's her strategy. She buys units, she refurbishes, she refinances, she gets her money back, she buys the next one. I have just given you a sense about a strategy. Alrighty, so let's talk about New Deal 5. New Deal 5 has taken us back to a partner property developer that we have already invested with in deal number 3. So Mziwetu Holdings is a gap market housing developer, and he was on one of our webinars. If you are new to our platform, please go to the landing page. All our webinars are over there. There are all sorts of links. Look for Mziwetu. Isaac was on our webinar and he gave us a sense of how the gap market housing works. So he has built houses for the People Development Department, and he has built houses for Sasol. So what he does is he builds on behalf of corporations that actually give some subsidy to their employees. And for Sasol Mining, they get something like 120,000 subsidy, and he builds these gap market housing that Sasol Mining employees buy, and the company actually deposits 120,000 such that by the time they buy the house, it is less the price because of the subsidy that they get. Right. So Mziwetu is a development holdings company. It is having a huge development in Secunda. and I am going to show you how it goes. And remember how we got to the Mziwethu. Mziwethu partnered with Sakisizwe funder Stokvel, and we continue to partner with them in this deal 5. They are doing deal, and I don't know what deal it is, umpteenth deal, but we are partnering with Sakisizwe. Now, when you are a developer, the reason why we haven't gone into development, because I have got no clue about development, but we are partnering with them because the developer has got this huge complex that they are building of the gap market housing, houses that are priced between 400 and about 800 and 870,000 in Secunda. We've been to the development. Again, all the links are on our landing site, and the Mziwethu developers have been developing in phases. They've done phase 1, they've sold out those houses. They've done phase 2, which is what we gave money for in deal 3. They've sold out all those houses as well. Now they are on to phase 4. But what they've discovered is they would do phases. They would put tar roads and build a road for for the phase 1, and then build those houses, and then go on to build a road for phase 2, and then build some more houses. But it's an expensive way of doing a development. If you look at what big, huge developments like your Baldwins and whatever, what they do is they go and build roads on an empty plot before they build 300, 500 houses, right? So they build, and the reason why they do that is because then you bring plants. Plants means all those big grilling machines, the ones that do the screeding of the road, and they pour all the tar all at once. But that is called upfront development funding that the developer has to find themselves. Nobody gives you that. No bank gives you that. No one that borrows a developer the upfront funds. So to lay those roads, to hire all those big machines, I'm going to show you a small video now, what they are doing there. Slee of Sakisizwe was, fortunately for us, she did the visit on site to go and see phase 4. So we're going to show you what they are doing on phase 4. Now, the developers constantly needing money. Yes, they sell these houses, but they are constantly needing money for phase 4, phase 5. So they have done those roads and they need to pay plant. But when they have built the houses, and it takes about 5 months to build a whole phase of a development, and that's when they will be ready to start paying out all our monies when the banks have paid them. So what is the purpose of them seeking 3.4 million? This is for infrastructure development. And infrastructure means laying down the ground and the tar roads so that they can start building. And the investment period is 12 months. We are looking at end of June to do the first tranche of payment on the 30th of June and sign all the contracts. And then we raise more funds until they've got the 3.4 million. Remember that Sakisizwe is also raising funds. So we are all as partners raising this 3.4 million. So the interest rate or rate of return is 17%. And what are we going to use as collateral security? We are going to book some of the erbe, that means the plots that are in phase 4. We will take 3 or 4, depending on how much money we give to Sakisizwe. As I said, investment date that we are planning for first tranche is the 30th of June, 2022. All right. Let's see what I've got here. Is my cursor not working now? Yes. So this is Mziwethu Holdings on site. This is the phase that we went to see then. This is when they were doing phase 2, and we only saw the tarred road. Now, what they have here on the phase 2, they have built some of the houses and they go on down that way. All right. So that is phase 2. And on phase 2, they need to lay down, they need to continue the tarring the road on the next road for phase 3 and phase 4. And I'm just gonna show you a short video of what they do on their site. Let's just check this out. I hope it's gonna play. All righty. Okay. All righty. That is Mzwethu phase 4, folks. That is what happens on site when they say they are doing infrastructure development. The infrastructure development is not classified anywhere in bank loans or mortgages, because the road cannot be classified as a house, right? So we are doing a loan of upfront cost that Mzwethu Holdings requires. And they have started with phase 3, as I said, and the roads on phase 4. So the rationale of paying upfront for the tarred road is they are going to do all the roads and pay once and for all. Once you've called these 2 machines onto site, and once you
just to interrupt, you're going to have to explain the video. I just realized, because I kept waiting for it to play. And then I was just like, did I miss something? And Penny just sent me a message and I realized that I missed nothing. It's just that like the video didn't play. I thought there was something with my Wi-Fi. The video didn't play. No, so please just explain, because you know I've got my dodgy Wi-Fi. So I was like,
okay, sorry. Okay, so on site, or the video was the 2 machines that do the screeding and that does the leveling of the road. And the one that you didn't see is also the tipper that brings the tar, the hot tar, onto the road. So when a developer has to, before they begin with the roads, you know, after the municipality has laid all the pipes, all the bulk electricity and all the bulk sewage pipes, what the developer needs to do is to lay the road and demarcate exactly where they are going to be building. So what the video shows, it shows the 2 plants. So they call them plants. It's big, huge machines. And you rent them at something like 300,000 per day, you know? So the rationale that Mzwethu is using now is that let's do all the roads, bring the plant once and for all, instead of what they had done in phase 1 and phase 2. What they had done was they paid for the plant to be there on site, and they built 1 road and then built phase 1 of the houses. Next thing, they built 2nd road, did phase 2 of the, now they are doing all the roads. And then you have the plant, it is hired for the whole period that they are doing all the plans complete, finished, and then it goes away. Now they've done all the roads, and every other money that they have is for building the houses. And it's a learning. It's a learning because they also have become new developers in the field. They used to work together with another experienced developer. They used to be a BEE partner in another company. So Mziwethu has approached us to borrow the 3.4 million so that they can pay for the plant, the tar road, and to finish with that project so that they can carry on to phase 4 and finish off phase 3 that you are looking at, to plaster and put all the finishes. So that's what our money is going to do this time around. We are doing the upfront, they call it upfront loading for developers, right? And what we have today as we stand, both in the bank account in FNB and inside of Stokvel, in combination, we have got something like 380,000. And I know we can do 1.5 million very easily in this group. So we've got 380,000 in both the bank and Stokvel. And we are just announcing to you that in deal 5, this is what we are going to do. We are going to start with paying the tranche, the first tranche to Mziwethu by the 30th of June. What we will do is open up to say, if you've got any money that you want to participate in deal 5, pay up your money up to the 25th, let's say 24th, the Friday next week, the 24th of June, so that we can do the finalization of cultivation and transact so that Mziwethu can go on and pay for the plant. And I believe Sakisizwe will give them an amount of money. And then from the 1st of July, we'll start raising funds again so that by the end of July, we've got a second tranche that we can give to Mziwethu. So that's the deal. For those that have never joined us and they don't know how to join the Stokvel.
Can I just interrupt and say, please, can you also explain how we ensure that we get this money back? Because we've been telling people about the high risk of why we're choosing this deal with Mziwethu over any of the other deals that were on the table where we didn't feel okay. So how do we ensure that if we don't get paid the money back, that we'll still be able to get the money back? Please explain that.
Absolutely. So when I explained the deal, I showed you the rate of return up here, and I told you about collateral security, right? So whenever we take out a deal and we are the hard money lenders, we always look for collateral security. The reason why you see the Mziwethu videos and the reason why we go on site and check them out is so that we know exactly where the money is going. So I showed you phase 3. Okay, hold on. I need to close this so that I can. What? Why is it not working? So how are we going to how we are going to secure this loan is to take on, I don't know why my cursor is stuck. What's going on? Please mute yourselves. We can hear a sound from the TV from another home. I am struggling to make this work. I'm not sure why now. We've been working perfectly fine. End the show so that we can do. Why has it stopped? I don't know what's going on actually. So we are going to be taking collateral security from the Mziwethu houses that they have built, the ones that haven't been bought. So what they will do is allocate the erve or the erves that they have, and we will take those as our collateral. Sorry about this. I don't know why my computer is acting up. It's refusing to share. Can you see my screen now? Then please confirm you can see my screen. Then.
Yes, we
Sorry,
can see your screen, Miranda.
we see your screen.
Okay, sorry about that. So the reason why I was showing you this picture on the right where it says Mziwethu Holdings, this is the picture of phase 3. This is one of the roads that they have just tarred, and these are the houses that are being completed for phase 3. This is it, all of these, and this is piece of land where they are still going to do phase 4 of the houses. So what we do is we go and they give us an evaluation of maybe how this house and this house and the third house, to say if anything goes wrong, then we own that house and we can sell that house so that we can get back our 380,000, let's say, for argument's sake. So in the contract of the initial money, I think we invested 1.1 million with Mziwethu already. We have got 2 houses that are our collateral security. One of them is about 580,000. The next one is about 610,000. So our loan is secured. That's what we are going to do again in this current phase. So they have sold out some of their houses. If all of the houses are sold out, then we take a piece of land as a collateral, but we'll let you know what the collateral security is going to be. So that's how we secure all your monies. That's how we do it. Where was I then? Thank you, Ven, for the question. If anyone else has got a question, please keep writing it on the side. We're coming to it once we're done. And I said we have 380. We're going to close on the 24th of June for this first tranche. Remember, they are looking for 3.4 million. So you are welcome to put in some more. For those that are new, that we're given the link to join our webinar, welcome. If you are sitting in Namibia, Lesotho, and Swaziland, you are able to download the Stokvel app and you are able to join. And you join the Stokvel and look for Property Magician Stokvel, the one that has got a logo like the representation of the womb and of the sun, and go and put your money in there so that you can participate in deal 5. For those that are sitting in other countries that are not South Africa, Namibia, Lesotho, or Swaziland, do not worry. You've got the FNB bank account that you can deposit into. We've got the SWIFT code. And if you go on our web page, all of these details are over there. We just repeat them for the sake of the webinar. Quick and dirty, deal 5. Any questions, comments, clarifications, recommendations? What's going on at the chat?
Nothing at the chat, but I think people have the WhatsApp group and we've been doing these webinars often. So I think people are getting used to them. They kind of know the drill. So what I will say though is Penny and I are going to start doing the spreadsheet, guys. And as we've agreed, based on what happened in February when I gave someone 60,000 Rand instead of 6,000 Rand in there. in the spreadsheet. Honest mistake, and thank God everyone in the Stokvel is honest and were able to be, and she was able to tell us that we had over allocated her monies. We're going to do the same, where we're going to send out the spreadsheet so that you can see where your monies are allocated. That yes, you've paid for deal 5. Make sure when you get the PDF document after the 24th, like Mizo said, 24th is the cutoff date. Then it will give us a few days before we transfer to Mzwethu so that everybody can see, hey, is my name on there? Is the amount of money on there that I've paid? And then just let me or Penny know if there's a misallocation in any way. So far we're very happy because everyone has the spreadsheet and everyone is able to go see their names, see the money allocated, really keep track of everything. So now you're going to do the same for deal number 5 so that by the time we sign over, you know what's happening. And also, this is a 1-year deal, so you guys know the return on investment is 17%. So it will be from June 30th, 2022 to June 30th, 2023, right? So yeah, if you have any questions or anything, do let us know. You can type in the chat right now. You can type in the WhatsApp group. Feel free to message us at all. They will, and of course, if you can't make this deal, just to reiterate what Mizo said, we have until the end of July, right? So I guess, like, Mizo, do you think that the cutoff for that will also be July 24th or 25th? Because then it gives us time to do the spreadsheet with Penny, and then gives you guys time to receive the PDF document, to look through it, to query if there's any inconsistency or any monies that have been misallocated, etc. So yeah.
Okay, that is right, Van. If it gets inconvenient, we'll review the date. But you know, essentially, what we want to do, we also want to assure Mzwethu so that they know when the tranches are coming. So right now, those that want to top up, you've got up to the 24th of June, next week, Friday, so that we can transact and we can do the contract. Penny has her hand up. Hi, Penny. Good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you too. The question I had was just for some clarification. So you said on the presentation that our investments is in July and then we'll get it back in July. So if we invest now in June, we're gonna get the first half in June and then the second half in July.
Oh no. Okay. So the people whose monies are in right now, and they get some more in on the 24th of June, right? Let's say on the 24th of June, we end up with 400,000. So those people will be in the first contract and their monies will come back end of June next year. The reason why we do that is just so that our dates are not all over the place. So if we have paid them by the 30th of June, that contract runs from the 1st of July to the 1st of July 2023, done. But it's not stopping anyone. Let's say somebody gets paid on the 30th of June and they decide, I really like the Mzwethu deal, and they start paying in, but they pay in on the 30th of June. We've already signed that contract. That one is closed. They contribute from the 30th until the 30th of July this year. Those people are going to be in the second tranche of payment, even though it's the same person, same developer, same, but we will work it out so that the dates come together, but it will be end of July. So all of us will still be participating in the same deal and will negotiate with Mzwethu so that we get payout by end of July next year, 2020.
Yeah.
Good question. Very good question. Any more questions, clarifications? And please invite your friends and family. Someone is probably sitting with their 5,000, wondering what to do and how to grow that money. It will not grow in the bank account. It will not go in a savings account. 17% is multiple times of what you get in a savings account. So I am encouraging all of you to please let them know this is how you grow your money. All righty. Then any more announcements that you want to make?
No.
Where are they going to, the ones that are not here, where are they going to find the link?
Okay, so as usual, guys, I will send out the link tomorrow. So I'll download this and I'll upload it onto YouTube, send out the link tomorrow. So that's it. They're really,
that's how they're gonna get it.
And
okay.
Penny's gonna send through notes so that I'll also attach the notes from Penny onto, it'll be in the email. So whatever notes she sends through, I'll have them in the email as well. And all the details will be in here. So you guys will always have access to that. So thank you so much, guys.
Hold on. Kolile has got her hand up.
Hi, everyone.
Good to see you.
Yes, I just want to find out, what if you have invested in the previous deals and then you are due for the payment of what you have invested, including the interest, and you want that money to be carried over to the next deal?
Okay.
Without
such a good question.
Without
you taking it back.
Yes, you want it to be carried over.
Awesome. Well, because you haven't done it, well, I happen to be a Sakisizwe funders group, or I belong to both groups. So what happens is when the payouts come out, right, the ones that are South Africans and Namibians and people who are in Lesotho and Swaziland, you're going to get your payout inside of the Stokvel app. That's what happens. And it goes onto your wallet in the Stokvel app. And it will notify you that you've got money. So let's say you had invested 10,000 and we got 17% ROI. So that means you will have 11,700 that comes back and it sits in your e-wallet. All you do is transfer back into Property Magicians. You allocate it yourself. You are the one who's going to deposit it back into the next round of whatever deal there is. That's how it happens. So that's why the Stokvel app is so nifty and clever. So it's got an e-wallet sort of thing. So you get it in the wallet. Penny.
Just to add to what Miranda is saying, is basically when you do the payments like usual, you say pay, instead of saying EFT, you say you're going to transfer it from the Stokvel wallet so you can move that money back into the Stokvel. So you say payment and then you say your normal, and then instead of saying EFT, so it gives you bank details, you're going to say Stokvel wallet, so it transfers it from your Stokvel wallet instead of you depositing money from your bank again.
Yeah. And that's how you regrow it. Yeah. So you are in control of your money. You do not have to tell someone, and we don't have to do it manually. The tricky part is when you are sitting in Botswana or Dubai or the Philippines, like we've got international investors. Those we are going to have to ask manually. We will send them an email to say, you are due for payment. This is how much you are due. Do you want to reinvest? Someone will say, I want to reinvest half, pay me half, or whatever. So it is an administrative schlep that we go through, but that's why Stokvel is so incredibly important. And that's why one day I want to own an app like Stokvel that works internationally. Watch this space, by the way.
We go back and forth kind of app we want to own. So I don't think we should promise any app, so we've like discussed a gazillion ideas.
I know. Yeah, no, we love everything about development and property, and everything that has not made it easy for Black people to invest in property. We just want it, make it accessible. Just make it accessible, which is what Stokvel does. I keep telling everyone that my mother is 81 and she was able to download the Stokvel app on her own. Yes, she couldn't set it up and transfer money, but ultimately, if someone like that can download an app and use it and see wallet, there's your money, reinvest or EFT, make it easy, man. Yeah. Guys, I wanted to share something.
I just wanted to say quick,
Sure.
just to say, we didn't say what happens with international people who went at those, like Kali, like we have so many people from Botswana on here. We have people who've invested from abroad on here, right from the US as well. So they have no clue what Stokvel is, what the Stokvel app is. So if you guys want to reinvest, you just send us a message, right? We will, when your money comes through, we'll reach out to you and ask for your bank account details to pay you. So it's beautiful because we can use the Wise, we can use our wise.com to transfer to you, but then you can just let us know you also want to reinvest. And if people are listening and they're like, I didn't get anything of what happened with what they're talking about with Stokvel, when your money comes through, just message Penny. This is why she's here. She can hop on a call and just walk you through the app as well. So there's no, you don't have to feel like, oh my God, I need to know everything this red hot minute, right? There will be support throughout.
Okay. Yes.
So sorry, Miranda.
Sure.
Guys, as Vangile said, I am available to call you and walk you through it. So don't be afraid to tell me, Penny, please call me at this time. I just need a help. I'm willing to call you back. And just don't be afraid to ask me any questions. We are here to support you as well.
Yeah.
So we're seeing Brandon's Instagram. And remember, videos are not playing.
Are the videos not playing? No, I hadn't started playing.
Yeah, I know the video that you want to share. So that's how I'm like, we didn't hear it last time. We didn't hear the volume for whatever reason.
There was no sound on the video that I was playing. I was just showing you the grating of the road.
Okay, I don't even know if we saw the grating of the road. But keep going.
Did anyone see the video of the grating of the road?
No one saw the video of the grating of the
Oh,
road.
it didn't play. Sorry,
but I think we can see this one.
The grating of the road, I'm gonna forward it onto our WhatsApp group so that people can see what I'm talking about. The grating of the road for phase 3 and phase 4 of the Mzwethu development. Let's see if this one plays, but let me know if it doesn't play. This is one of our favorite podcast hosts who has stopped being a podcast host. And I wanted to show you the power of Stokvels, which are called syndications in the US. So you can find Betty Brandon on Instagram, but this video was significant yesterday when it popped up and I saw Vangile had liked it and I loved it as well.
Yeah, I saw it just then. I was like, oh, I like this. Yeah, it's not, the sound doesn't play. So you're gonna have to again just, yeah, no, we just see the video and it's actually choppy. So you may just have to quickly explain what it is that people are looking at and explain why you're showing us this video.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to send the link as well on our group WhatsApp. But Brandon started property development when he was 21. And the biggest issue that he had as a property, yes, Penny, I know. Of course, you can start even when you're 19. So and everyone kept saying, oh, you know, property and raising funds is so difficult. It's so difficult. This is hardly, I think it's 12 years later, he has got a syndication fund, they call it, which is exactly the Stokvel. Yeah.
People are saying, I can hear you just fine, but people are saying they can't hear properly. So maybe just pause, Brandon, like stop the screen share and just be you, because I'm wondering if maybe that's interfering with sound, but I hear you just fine.
Is it? Okay, can you hear me now? Please just give us a thumbs up.
So I'm also wondering if maybe it's on their side.
Give us a thumbs up from the reactions on Zoom. Give us a thumbs up.
I could also hear you fine. So yeah, the person is fine.
Okay, cool. Let's see if when I've stopped the video. So what the video is showing, it's on Instagram. Why does it keep playing? Oh, okay. It's just playing on my computer. So Brandon is or used to be the co-host of Bigger Pockets. And when he started out in property, he started out as a house hacker. So he bought a house, but he was living with someone in it and the person was paying him rent, and that's how he paid it off. And he ended up at Bigger Pockets, worked at Bigger Pockets as a co-host for 7 years. And he started a syndication. A syndication is really a synonym of what a Stokvel is, exactly what we are starting here. And the reason why he posted the reel that he posted yesterday was that they have bought a 72 million rand apartment block. 72 million US dollars. Yeah, they are busy revamping it and they are going to be renting it long term or whatever. But what I am trying to tell you is the power of the collective. People who are not interested in doing development, in refurbishing, or just don't know the know-how, you contribute your money into a syndication. Somebody else takes care of that business, just like we are doing. Mziwetu, they know development. Now they have to build a tar road. I know nothing about tar roads. I don't actually even want to know something about tar roads, but that's what they do, right? And what I do is send my money to go and work. That's all I do. And that's what we are doing here. So syndication read equals to Stokvel. I will post the link so that you can listen to it yourselves. And we met Brandon in 2017. We were introduced to Brandon Vangile and I in 2017, and we cannot get over how he has scaled up. He has retired now. Like literally, he does what he likes with his time. Yeah, he has bought back his freedom, and Brandon is not 40. Yeah, he's not 40. He's not even 39. Yeah. All right. So the power of the Stokvel, guys. That is my inspiration for today, and we shall see you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a fantastic day further. Oh, it's nighttime for you guys. I apologize. I'm literally just still like, it's 12:30 p.m. for me, so it's midday. Okay. So have a good night, guys. And if you're coming in from any other part of the world, have good afternoon.
Oh,
we look forward to keeping you updated, and let's see what we do with Umziwetu. We're going to have another conversation with you guys around Umziwetu and the strategy that we are thinking of doing moving forward with the Stokvel, because we do believe there's a faster way to grow and to do it in connection with them. But let's do the deal. Let's help them with this particular phase, with phase 4. Let's do deal 5 and deal 6 in June and July, and then we'll have this conversation as a Stokvel and see how we move forward. Have a fantastic evening and a fantastic day. Thank you so much, Mizo. Thank you so much, Penny. You guys are the best.
You are the best to do me. You can retire in 5. You can.
Thank you. I'm retiring at 25, so.
Oh yeah, Penny's not even doing 30, guys. You know, I mean, I am here for this.
I love it.